CTE Master Series, Video 4, Half Ball Education, What the Pros Are Doing. In a previous video, I shared with you that the pros are not putting their nose or their strongest vision center behind center cue ball and moving straight in to the shot line like such. And if you're a good player, you're not doing that either. You've evolved out of that phase. So what is it that the pros are doing? In an earlier video, I discussed functional centers. One for the 15, one for the 30, and one for the 45. I have a 15-degree perception cue ball object ball relationship set up here for the first shot. We're going to do 2. And this 15-degree perception has an outside solution. Now, I'm not teaching CTE from scratch in this video series, so you can come up to speed with my book or by watching my CTE Pro 1 Truth Series. So what is it that the pros are doing? They're seeing this functional center. It's a recurring functional center that repeats itself over and over and over for millions of shots. Now, that is not the shot line center. The shot line center resides to the outside of this sight line. In other words, the bridge V is going to be placed to the outside of this sight line. And there's a specific way to do that, and I'll cover that in the next video, video 5. So what is it that a pro player does in order to place their bridge V on the outside of this sight line? So I'm going to do a bit of a depiction that will not be accurate, 100% accurate as far as the setup goes. So I'm going to place this shot line manipulative here to be on the outside of the sight line. So the bridge V is going to be placed on the outside of the sight line in a very specific, particular place. But I'm not going to show that in this video. So it's the 15 outside perception with the stepping process that connects with this right angle. So what does the pro do? The pro offsets to the inside. And then a visual sweep occurs. So the sweep, actually it's the outside eye, that's the manager for the sight line and for the shot line. Because the outside eye is very observable to be mostly in charge of what I'm seeing here. Now, one of the very positive aspects of Pro 1 is that when you sweep to the shot line, you can go to whatever visual alignment that is your strongest line of sight. So the pro player, the good player, is going to set up with an offset to the inside, not with their nose behind center, preparing to move in a straight line. That's not what's happening, even though that's what, by and large, the conventional instruction is for how to solve shots. The player should be offset to the inside, preferably with the nose slightly turned toward the cutting edge of the cue ball. The nose should favor the inside of center, the inside of the center of this sight line. So the nose should be just to the inside of that sight line. Then my body is in such a position that it will just bend over this way. So my cue is going to be out to the side this way, which is normal. Then I just bend right to there to place my bridge V in line with this depiction. Once again, the pros can be observed doing this over and over and over. Just a right Pro 1 visual sweep. So I'm sweeping from my right eye in this depiction to my center. sweep wherever. I could sweep to my left eye, I could sweep back to my right eye, basically. That's the beauty of Pro 1. So the pros are doing this. You can observe players such as Joshua Filler doing visual sweeps. I was the first instructor, a proud PBIA instructor to boot. They called attention to this back in about 2007. So I was the first one that put a written description and demonstration on what it is that the pros are doing. That was my first major connection with the teachings of How-Hu. The visual sweep that naturally occurs. Not something I created, something that I came to understand, something that I came to know, something that I did many years ago that I wasn't aware of. So it's the 15 outside that connects with that right angle. Now this cue ball object ball relationship also has a connection with another pocket, for example. If I were playing bank or one pocket, a 15-degree perception is the correct perception for this two-rail bank to this right angle. Now the 15-degree or the 15-degree perception with an outside pivot with the bridge V here cannot accomplish that. It's going to require a 15-degree perception, but with the bridge V placement to the inside of the sight line. So rather than the outside, the bridge V placement is going to be to the inside. So the bridge V placement would be here. So for the 15 outside, I had my body efficiently placed in such a way that I could just effortlessly bend over to arrive with a V placement on the outside line. So my body placement is going to be, my body positioning is going to be a little bit differently for this two-rail bank, but my visual perception between the cue ball and the object ball will be the same. I'll turn my head this way and I'll pick up the perception, but my body's a little bit more square so that I can rotate this left shoulder right into that line. Rotate my left shoulder. So there's two visual sweeps that pros can be observed doing over and over and over. You can observe pro players doing this, and you can observe pro players doing this. So why in the world we're teaching players to move straight in with this knowledge having been available now for 16 years, and we're still teaching players to move straight in. It's time that the game is taught the right way. So this information will go down as being historical in nature, because this represents what is actually happening with the professional players. And if you're a serious player, I would think that that is what you're wanting to do. Now, I only, for this particular video, worked with a functional center for the 15. I could set up another cue ball object ball relationship or two and show you essentially the same information that would be true for the 30 and the 45-degree perception. But a sight line is a sight line. Each of these three perceptions have a sight line. The sight line is always going to have a sweep that goes to the outside or to the inside, just as I demonstrated for this 15. So we're going to take a quick look at how we can have a precision V placement in video 5. Thank you very much.